What's going on, big boys and big girls? It's your boy Big John from Bodyforward, and today I want to talk about corrective exercises and corrective exercises that strengthen muscles to prevent injuries, and how, even if you do them right, you can still hurt yourself. For instance, like I did. Now, what was I doing? I was trying to strengthen up my rotator cuff, doing an external rotation. It was on a pulley. It was on one of the cables, and I'm over here and I'm pushing the weight out, working, using that external rotation so that I could strengthen up my rotator cuffs. And I tweaked a muscle above the bicep and below the shoulder. And the reason why I did that too, because I got a little too brave, and I increased the weight on the cable, so I was using heavier weight because, it's still muscle, so you could still work it out. And I put on, I guess, too much weight for what I could handle, and I tweaked it. And it was a dull pain. It wasn't anything serious, but it's just to show you that even if you do corrective exercises and you mean well, doesn't mean you still can't injure yourself or hurt yourself. Now, why am I telling you guys this? Because when you're doing a corrective exercise or you're doing a strengthening exercise to strengthen up the joints and to prevent injury, what you should be focusing on is the fact that you're warming up the muscle and the fact that you're concentrating on the correct movement. Don't concentrate on the weight. Don't concentrate on, I could do 30 pounds, I could do 300 pounds with an external rotation. Don't concentrate on how much weight you can lift. Focus on the range of motion. Am I going all the way, the correct way with this? And focus on getting the blood rushing into the muscle and getting that correct form down and that right posture down so that you could fix the form, fix any imbalances that you're having. Don't go too heavy like I did. And I think it's great that I'm telling you this because I read a lot, and I read, a lot of things on the internet. I read a lot of things from books, and one of the things I've noticed, if you come across a lot of internet articles on corrective exercise, they'll just tell you how to do the corrective exercise and tell you how great it is. But the funny thing is they don't bother to tell you what happens when it goes wrong. And a lot of times I think these guys just write articles just to write an article, and they don't put any thought into it. They use the same generic bullshit method, the same process that doesn't work. It works to bring people in, but technically you don't get the information that you need. And I give you this information because I don't want this happening to you. I don't want to say, wow, I have a great back exercise, and then you push yourself to the limit. A great back corrective exercise, and then you push yourself to the limit, or you get too intense, and you wind up hurting yourself when it's supposed to be correcting the problem. It just comes to show you that it doesn't matter where you are, what you're doing, how you're doing it. If you get a little too rambunctious in your activity, you always run the risk of a potential injury. And I just say this because, why am I so into injury prevention? Because when we do this, we have to last a long time. I want to be able to lift weights when I'm 70, 80, 90, 150 years old. I don't want to just fizzle out when I'm 35 and then that's it, I'm done. My whole body's broken and I can't walk. There's no glory in pushing up how much weight you can push up and then having your whole body torn apart. There's no glory in that. That's stupidity. It's about longevity, and that's what you should be focusing on, and that's why I focus on a lot. And I'm here to give you guys that information, the darker side of corrective exercises that nobody even talks about. Like me, I was silly enough to put on heavier weights to try to strengthen even more, but what was I strengthening, right? And I just pulled something. And I tweaked my shoulder and my bicep. I don't really know where it is because normally the bicep connects to the part of the shoulder where I'm feeling it. So I don't know what it was, but it was nothing major, it was nothing drastic. It took me a while to fix it, but it was nothing crazy and it wasn't very painful. But I'm just here to give you guys the heads up, so whenever you're doing a corrective exercise, make sure you don't go too heavy, make sure it's all about the range of motion, you're working on the imbalances, and you're just strengthening up the area. You just need a little bit of resistance and get that blood into those muscles so that you could start with healing and repairing and whatever else you're trying to do and fix. As always, it's your boy Big John from Bodyforward. Don't forget to like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter. Don't forget to go to the greatest website in the world, www.body-forward.com, where we all have all your resistance training needs. And always learn, apply, and evolve. Take care.